Well, today we are here at the Inn at New Hyde Park. It is a scrumptious, unbelievable venue. And with us now is Lynne. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having us.
This is such a beautiful place. I've been here for many functions, always have a great experience and great food. So thank you for having us here today. What's so wonderful too is the craftsmanship. Like, this is a beautifully structured, gigantic mansion,
Yes.
if you will. You said it's like the whole property is 90,000?
Yes. So it runs 90,000 square feet.
Wow.
It runs a full city block with the grounds.
When you first started working here about a decade ago, what was your impression? What was your first impression of this beautiful place?
I think I was overwhelmed by the size and the amount of warmth that you feel when you walk in.
You really do feel like you're walking into a luxurious home, right? It just has this like feeling and this aura about it that you're somewhere very special from the moment that you cross the threshold, right?
Yes.
It's one of my absolute favorite places. We're sitting here now by this warm, beautiful fireplace, but you have several fireplaces in the building.
Yes.
You have fantastic pianos. You have luxurious items here that are kind of, and furniture, that are just part of the whole ambiance.
Yes.
Really nice. Chandeliers?
Many chandeliers in this
chandeliers.
building. Yep. It's very interesting to watch them clean them all the time. So they're up on scaffoldings and things like that. But most rooms will have a chandelier, 1 or 2, 4 in them.
What's also nice about weddings that are here is that you have this new bridal home, cottage, suite.
Yes.
Oh, did you name it yet?
It's called the Glam Suite, and it allows for brides and their bridal parties, their moms, to come in early in the morning, have hair and makeup done there. We'll feed them, obviously, throughout the day. And it's right next to the property, so they can walk right over when they're done over there.
I think it's really nice to have that extra experience because you're kind of panicking on that special magical day anyway. And if you're getting dressed at your home and things of that nature and get your hair and makeup done, then you have to worry about traffic. Are we going to get there on time? Right? But this is nice because you get to relax, have something special. Right?
And it's also because some people don't have a house, big
that
enough
could
to
fit that many
accommodate
people.
everybody, or their moms just don't want them in the house, So it's actually really nice, and it's been received really, really well.
Also, you can have your ceremony here, which is nice,
Yes.
either indoors or outdoors.
Yes, so we can do it out in the gardens, in the back, or we can do it in the chapel, which is upstairs.
One of the nice things I feel about a wedding celebration is the fact that also the food is good. Right. I have to say, to me, it matters, right? It's the ambiance, it's the atmosphere, it's being with the person that you love, with all of your loved ones. But when somebody sits down, that really is what they're going to judge. I hate to say this, but sometimes you get judged on what you're serving.
Yes.
What the menu has. So what are some of the items here on the menu that you're known for at the Inn at New Hyde Park?
Well, we're very well known for our cocktail hour.
Okay.
So they talk about it years and years after weddings have taken place here. It's very full. It covers all kinds of different demographics. And it just has always been one of the staples that we've been known for.
And high quality too, which
Correct.
also really matters.
Yes.
Because you don't scrimp on the quality of the items, which is nice.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. So, and then as far as the main reception goes, you can have, a 3-course, you can do a 2-course with a combination plate, you can do really anything you want. Nothing is defined here, so we create what you want it to be. As far as the main courses, you're looking at filet mignon, you're looking at a fish, some sort of stuffed chicken, really anything. Lamb chops are definitely a staple. And it's just our menus have changed over the years just to accommodate the changing times and what's trendy and what's not trendy.
Yeah, different flavor palette.
And we will conform to the trends.
Lovely.
So as the trends are coming in, our event planner here, Julia, will transform the menus into what she believes is the most popular thing at the time and things like that. So.
And some of your events too, like even a shower. I saw some of the invitations upstairs. They're nice. Like the menu, is like it's inviting. Right. And the tableware. So you work with different places so that they can have like nice table settings and things like that, or do you have those here?
Some of the items we have in-house.
Okay.
Others we will, outsource. And we work with amazing vendors who provide us with quality stuff.
Nice. What about music? What about entertainment? Do you accommodate both DJs and also live bands here? Yeah.
So some of the events will have DJs. Some will choose to do live music. some of them just want to have, you know, a singer with a piano, depending on the kind of event and the style that they're looking for.
Now there's a piano here too.
There is.
So that's
There's a
nice,
couple
like
of
in the
them
entryway.
building.
Exactly. So people can make a grand entrance and have someone playing the piano.
This is actually a player piano, so it plays by itself.
Oh, that's exciting.
Some-
really?
Yes.
That's
some
what
will
a nice,
hire.
What a nice
though.
touch.
Yeah,
That's really lovely. So when people right from the entrance can have an experience.
exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
When you got married, did you have a beautiful, amazing wedding that you're still memorable and wonderful for yourself?
My my wedding actually got snowed out the day of the wedding.
It did?
And got postponed 5 weeks. So yes, it was very memorable.
Must have been a blizzard. Must have been a blizzard.
Well, it was the blizzard of '93. It was March 13th
Okay.
of 1993, and it was postponed to April 18th.
Well, what's nice about that is that when you're talking to clients, at least you have something that you can
Oh.
empathize with
Yes.
someone and say, listen, you know, it's going to be okay. If I can go through what I went through, it's going to all be okay.
Definitely.
We were speaking with Lynne, but we're also going to be speaking today with Jeff. We're going to go back and forth a little bit. So Jeff, thank you for having me here. It's
Thank you
really
for
lovely
coming. We
sitting here by
appreciate
this nice roaring fireplace.
Great to meet you.
So what do you love best about being here?
The team.
Okay.
You know, everyone here cares, wants to make the best events possible, from the culinary team to the front of the house team, of course to the sales team. So we really care about our clients, our guests, our corporate clients.
Now, you personally, what made you decide to go into the hospitality arena of life? Because you've been in hospitality
A
for a
long
while.
time, 25
Yeah.
years. My dad.
Okay.
My dad was a DOS, Director of Sales.
Really?
And I started working when I was young with him. You know, and it wasn't easy because he was an Italian strict man, but
Okay.
great dad, you know. But I, you know, clean dishes, everything under the sun.
So being here, kind of knowing every single position
Yes.
matters because you're
Yes.
able then to relate to the whole entire team.
Yes, I did a little bit of sales, so I can relate to what sales does, and of course, all operation aspects of the building.
From the moment a bride and groom cross the threshold, right, until the moment that they leave and they're on their way to their honeymoon, do you take that as like a heavy responsibility?
Absolutely.
It matters to you, doesn't it?
100%.
Okay.
I am here on event days all day. I try to greet them at the door, my maitre d's. I come up to them several times during the event and make sure everything's okay. I don't want any misunderstandings or something they wanted us to do that we didn't do.
You want them to be happy.
Yeah, we're very curious. We're very strict with our BOs, which are adequate contracts that we review everything needed they want, from the liquor that they like.
Okay.
And, you know, service is everything. The 5 steps of service is everything.
Well, even it's so nice because Lynne was telling me backstage about the fact that, you know, the cakes, like you send them to a place, they have a
Yep.
cake tasting, right? They get to like
All part of
kind
the
of
process.
customize
Yep.
what their looks are. And a lot of times, I even believe nowadays that people spend a lot of times thinking about their wedding, right? You know, and they kind of have like the Pinterest boards, magazine cutouts between the dress and all of these elements. And it's nice when they have a venue that supports them the way that you do.
Absolutely.
Right? The Inn at New Hyde Park, it's like they can come to you and they can ask you, could we? And you'll
Yeah.
say, yeah, we'll figure out a way for most of the time.
We always do. I mean, you know, that's, you know, they come with a dream, and we try to make sure. I mean, one of my best moments is when we always do a room viewing before they come in. That's
Yes.
all the plans they made for the last, you know, 17 years, probably since
Right.
they were 8 or 9. You know, and all the flowers, and we open that door to the ballroom, and they just. Well, from, you know, all their hopes and dreams, and, you know, DJ set up playing their first dance, so it's a really special moment.
So lovely, absolutely lovely. So what is one of your favorite memories here that you've had? Because you've been here a little over a year now.
So we had a bride that wanted, when you see our outside, it's beautiful.
It
I
is
mean, we
beautiful.
have, the people don't understand the gardens and the fountains that we have. And this one wedding, the bride, it was not nice that it was raining out. And she had to do it in our chapel, which was a big letdown for her. But I looked at the weather, I noticed we had like a 20-minute, a half-hour spot.
Right.
So I had my whole team set it up. So instead of walking her outside and walking her inside, I walked her outside, she almost died. Her guests were
Wow.
outside, and it didn't rain.
Lovely.
And you want to hear the funniest part in
Yeah,
the world?
yeah.
I swear,
Yes.
it poured on that street.
Really?
Poured.
But the sun was shining here.
The sun was shining in the backyard. Literally, the reception said to me, "It's pouring out," and I went, "No, it's not."
Not
so,
here.
so I told that story, and her father was pretty religious and said,
That's pretty funny. And you also have a beautiful koi pond here too. So the grounds are absolutely
unbelievable.
beautiful.
And we did, we take care. We have our fountains, and we have a great maintenance team, so everything's up to par.
Yeah, lovely flowers.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's
Yeah,
nice.
it
So
is.
all seasons, right? So you're open. Are you open most days of the year? Correct.
Yes.
Okay. It's really nice.
And
here.
also we have valet parking in all our events. We're smoking
That's
on
it.
that.
Can I tell you something? That's really important to
It
me
is.
too, because I went to the charity event here that was here not too long ago, and I'm always running.
I
I'm
can
always
see that.
going somewhere. This is how I am, right? My lifestyle. But I wanted to be here, and it was so comforting to know, like, once I got here, I was here.
You're not looking for a spot, so.
So nice.
The sales teams is great, and they review all that stuff.
That's
with
a
the
really
guests.
nice
Yes,
touch here.
It is.
So it's the Inn at New Hyde Park, where you
Yes.
can just show up and enjoy.
And exactly.
That's really all you have to do. Just show up and enjoy.
Show up and enjoy.
Having the position that you have now after being here for 10 years, what is one thing that you really enjoy about your position here?
As far as my position goes, I love creating memories for people.
Okay.
Everyone has a different story. So every event, and for the most part, we're planning, celebrations and milestones. And we get a lot of clients who, they'll get married here, they'll have their baby showers here, they'll come back for the christenings, they'll come back for the communions, and then the Sweet 16s.
I love that.
So it's actually really nice. I've had a lot of clients whose grandparents were married here years ago, and actually this room right here was the reception space.
Really?
So this was a reception space. The back end of the building was only built on about 18 years ago.
Okay.
So this was where their grandparents'
Amazing.
reception was, and now they're back getting married as,
That's so nice.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love the fact that this has been such an important place in Long Island. All over the United States, there are those special, memorable, great places to have something, like an established place that has personality, like I said, ambience, atmosphere, people that really care about your special day. It's nice, it's tried, it's trusted, it's true, it's authentic. It's a great place. And there are those magical places, like I said, from coast to coast. This just so happens to be right here in the heartland of Long Island.
Right.
This is a great location.
You don't meet too many people on Long Island who have never been here.
Correct.
They've been here for something over the years, whether it be, live music for an event or, a milestone. They've been here and they know, the space.
There's a little bit of glam to this place too, because I saw upstairs that you had this poster and I was like, Simon Cowell, what was this all about? So you do like these really cool type of events too. What was that for?
So we do a very large amount of corporate events here in the building. And during the America's Got Talent run with the nurses from Northwell, they rehearsed here every week pretty much leading up to that performance and then thereafter as well.
So what you're telling me is you can customize anything.
Sure.
Yeah, from dance things to weddings to showers, corporate events.
Like I'll tell the clients it's your space to do with what you want to do with it.
Okay.
So feel free to let us know and we'll create what you want.
You'll make the magic happen.
Yes.
You also have a new thing here. It's called the Corporate Suite.
Yes.
Okay, what does that entail?
Yes, it's our corporate end. We're trying to be more of a conference center since we have the space.
Okay.
So we built this beautiful suite that has a brand new state-of-the-art conferencing system for Teams meetings.
Kind of like a board
Zoom.
meeting place.
Exactly.
An off-site board meeting.
An off-site board meeting where they can come and they can be out of their element. We have a beautiful area for their catering and beautiful coffee service. So it's a 5-star type experience they have.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Now coffee, that's an important thing
Yes,
too.
it
Okay.
is.
What makes the coffee good here at the Inn at New Hyde
Well,
Park?
we use a specialized coffee company that makes special blends for us, and
Okay.
it took us a while to get to that blend. But
you have it right
But we
now.
have it, and we have unbelievable cappuccino and espresso. So,
Lovely,
yes.
lovely. And also I just saw upstairs a new candy bar too.
Yeah, our events team is on the ball. They built a glam house. They are trying to do everything. This is a special place.
It is a very special place.
And it's the wow factor when you come here. And
Right.
every single person walks in and goes, I didn't know it was that big. So.
Spacious. The grandeur is like unbelievable. And when you look up every single detail, you know, Lynne was also
I
saying,
walk up and look at the ceilings all the time.
It's
I'm
just
like,
beautiful.
Yeah, I always see something new.
And the staircase, it's like wrought iron, and it has, it's just lovely.
You know, our ownership always says to me, if you do it, you do it right. So, you know, everything is done that way here.
Okay.
There's no cutting corners.
Right. The furniture, like I said, all the furniture is lovely. It's like really nice and fresh and super clean. Right. You know, like when you walk in, the place smells nice. It just has this like nice, you know, atmosphere.
It's all about atmosphere from the minute you walk in to the minute you leave.
I love that about it. It's really exciting to be here. I love the conversation with Jeff that I had. I love the conversation with you. And I really, truly thank you for having me here at the Inn at New Hyde Park.
And we appreciate you coming.
Can't wait, because the next time I'm coming here, I'll be dancing. Are you a dancer?
A little bit.
A little bit. I will be dancing. All right, let me see your best dance moves. No, not today.
Not today.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Be well.
Thank you again.
Stay tuned for more. We've been living it up right here at the Inn at New Hyde Park. It is a wonderful venue. So if you're planning a wedding, you're planning your 30th birthday party, you're planning your 60th wedding anniversary, whatever you are doing, do it here. Thanks for watching. The bells are ringing. It is wedding season. Stay tuned. Joining us now is Rivka Holzer with a very interesting story of why she became a wedding planner. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
So I was really excited to meet you. Jenna told me a lot about you. So congratulations on your wonderful, booming, and thriving business.
Thank you.
But you took kind of like a challenge and turned it into something wonderful for yourself.
I did.
Okay, tell us what happened.
So I was engaged previously. I like to say 2.5 times because the first time was unofficial, but we had booked a hall and he had bought a ring. And I was engaged twice after that, and I canceled all 3 weddings and became a wedding planner through that process. So I sort of took the stress that I had planning 3 of my own weddings. I realized just how stressful that is on the bride, and I decided that I didn't want anyone else to have to go through that pain. So I became a wedding planner.
Now, do you specialize only in weddings for people of the Jewish faith?
Right now, yes. I'm doing mostly Jewish weddings. I do have one non-Jewish wedding coming up, so that's very exciting. But for the most part, we're doing Jewish weddings.
Wonderful. Now, a lot goes into that because there's certain traditions, right?
Yes.
It's a huppah. So tell us,
right.
what makes a Jewish ceremony a Jewish ceremony?
Absolutely. So first things first, in terms of Orthodox Jewish ceremonies, which is sort of my specialty, we start off with cocktail hour, which is pretty different from secular weddings. So we start off with cocktail hour. Very often in Ashkenaz culture, there's a bedekin, and so that's where the groom veils the bride in a beautiful ceremony. And then we go into ceremony, the chuppah, and then we have reception after that. So there's very often separate dancing for men and women at the beginning, and then very often there will be mixed dancing with everyone at the end.
And what about the breaking of the glass?
The breaking of the glass, yes.
Okay.
So that takes place during the ceremony. That signifies, actually, it's sort of a reminder to the Jewish people that our temple was destroyed. And so every time that there's a celebration, we always want to remember that there is a temple and it was destroyed, and so that's what the breaking of the glass signifies.
Lovely. When someone of the Jewish faith comes to you, right, what is the first step in making sure that they make it to the altar and then hopefully to the honeymoon, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're making light of it, and that sometimes that's the best thing to do, is just to make light of something, a challenge, and just,
Absolutely.
whatever, just let it go, right? But what are some of the first steps that they need to take?
Well, I would say in terms of the couple themselves, what I always tell people is you guys have to be a team.
Okay.
So the couple really has to come together and decide what they want, because very often in Jewish weddings, both sets of parents are very involved in the wedding planning process.
It's the parents, and you're just so happy to be the bride.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. And so very often that adds to the stress of the planning process. So I always tell brides and grooms that the most important thing is that they are a couple and a team, and it's sort of them against the world. And then, it just is the planning process itself. You book the hall, you book the caterer, you book all your vendors, and you have a gorgeous wedding.
Beautiful. Budget.
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 Ooh.
Now, do both the groom's parents and the bride's parents also chip in during a Jewish wedding?
Yes.
And sometimes the couple themselves?
Absolutely.
Like, what are the rules?
Totally varies depending on the couple.
Okay.
Most commonly, both sets of parents are chipping in to pay for the wedding. I definitely have couples where the bride's parents are paying for the entire wedding, like in, a more traditional sense. And I definitely have couples where they're splitting things equal down the middle, or they're splitting certain parts of the wedding aspect. They're paying for the hall and the caterer, and the other side is paying for the flowers and, the band, etc., photographer.
What about invitations?
Invitations, what about them?
Okay. Is there like a standard way? Is it like white with like the black raised lettering?
People are getting
like
so creative this
now?
way.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
so creative. And I will say, paperless post or evites are becoming extremely popular.
Okay, drop the card. I'm sorry, but I don't know. For me, if I'm invited to a wedding and I'm expected to like drop a few $100s,
Yeah.
right? For me, and maybe it's because I'm an artist, right, or whatever, but I love to get an old-fashioned invitation.
Totally.
I think it sets the tone.
It's definitely not extinct.
Okay.
But I will say I'm seeing where when couples are more on a budget, they're going for the Evite route.
Okay.
And when it's a luxury wedding, we are going all out on mail invitations.
Okay, so it just depends.
So it kind of has just divided.
And I do believe in save a tree, but if you're going to cut down a tree, then you plant a tree, right? I don't know. I'm like,
I don't think we're saving the planet with paper
But
invitations
no.
or not.
You're not hurting it too much with paper invitations. Okay, so it's okay and appropriate. If you want to be in the digital age, fine. Digital's
Absolutely.
okay.
And it does often make things a little bit simpler on the couple when they're doing seating
Right.
and they're collecting
that's true.
RSVPs.
Because then they're like, okay, click.
So much easier.
Right? They can even use AI.
Exactly.
Okay, put all the ants at one table and all the.
You know what? I use AI for everything. I didn't even think about doing that. That's
didn't?
great. No, I love that.
Well, you're welcome. Here, wait.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'll give you a commission on that one.
2%. Wait, no, 13%. There you go. So I appreciate the effort and the time that you put in. Can you tell me like one testimonial that you got that still touches your heart? What was the wedding that somebody just said, "Woo, Rivka, you got it right"?
I think my favorite is when the mother. It's very often I bond with the mother of the bride.
Okay.
So I had one client where the mother of the bride was so anxious, so anxious, and even during the wedding day itself, very often the mothers of the bride, the wedding day itself, they're like calm and they're sort of like in a different world. And this mother of the bride, she couldn't let go. She was like, "What about the flowers? What about the?" I was like, so I put my hand on her shoulder and I was like, "You need to let me do my job. That's
Wow.
why you hired me. And I need you to do your job, and I need you to be here for your daughter." And she's like, I'm here for my daughter. And her daughter looked at her and she goes, "Mom, you're not."
Wow.
And that, after the wedding, that mother was like so grateful that I was there to really step in and be able to not just take care of everything, but really be there for her in that emotional moment. And that's
why
something
you
I'll
do
never.
what you
That's
do.
exactly why I do what I do.
I get it. Thank you so much. Good luck on your wedding. That's not a Jewish wedding, but like continued success to you and
Thank
happiness in
you.
your journeys. And hopefully, knock on wood, love finds its way to you this year.
Please, God.
Yes, there you go. I'm going to say good things for you tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy journeys to you. You look lovely. It was
Thank
so
you
nice
so
to have
much.
you
It
with
was
us.
so nice meeting you.
You have a good personality.
Oh, I
Vivacious
appreciate it.
and amazing energy. Stay tuned for more. We've been living it up right here. If you're looking for a wedding, especially if you happen to be Jewish, please give her a call and be well. Why have still photos at your wedding? Because with a click, you can have Slick Rick. Joining us now is Rick, and he is with Slick Creations. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Donna. I'm doing well. How are you today?
So who coined the phrase Slick Rick?
So Slick Rick, obviously that's an old school rapper back in the day, but I got that name because when I first came into the wedding industry, I was a break dancer.
Okay.
That's how I got into it. Then I started DJing and all that. But I would do a break dance move where I would slide across the dance floor in my head, and my boss at the time goes, "Oh, Slick Rick." And it just stuck from there, and I used it for everything. DJ Slick, Slick Creations, as you know, came today, and people just love the personality that I have. So they're like, my name's not even Rick anymore. I go, hey, Slick. That's all I get.
That's it. Just
That's
Slick.
it. It's just Slick.
It's abbreviated.
Yep. It's abbreviated.
So how far were you able to slide across the dance floor on your head? Like 5 feet?
I want to say at least 5 feet.
You
Yeah.
could?
I would go and no hat, just thank God for, got to be glued. It was great. A little gel across the dance floor. And I don't know how I have hair left, but it worked, still there.
What fun are you bringing to a wedding celebration? Is it just for weddings, or is it for sweet 16s and other things too, or?
So it is for weddings and
Okay.
all different types of events.
Okay.
And the fun I'm bringing is being able to relive that event right away. That's the best thing about the content is the delivery speed.
The instant gratification.
Yes, where,
I cannot tell you, because we tape our show and then we go and we edit it and then we put it out, but they want it instantly. They're like, wait, I got to talk to you and I want it now.
Exactly. And
So are
with
you providing the
separations,
now?
It's the day after their event.
Okay.
They receive their first video. And then within the first month, because there's a whole bunch of planning and details that go into it, and waiting is the worst thing, and our attention spans are horrible. So we want right away gratification. So I have it where it's all set where right away, the day after the wedding, Sweet 16, you get to see an awesome crafted video where everyone's like, check out my party. And then from there, within the first month, they receive, based upon their package, all the different videos that I make for them. By that time, the photographer and video guy should have at least some teasers, stuff like that, to keep the bliss of that event going.
Beautiful. So but you're the first one on the scene, right? So it's like Slick Rick. So you're like, right. So
Yes.
you go to their event, you're having people, give them a shout out, like, oh my gosh, we're having so much fun. Like entertaining and engaging content is what you're creating.
Yes, it's keepsakes from memories, beautiful, kind of crafted, but also the fun stuff too, where the videos they receive are these beautifully cinematic, crafted, edited videos, but also where they get the raw footage that I give them so they can see them having a good time when they're getting ready with the girl for a wedding. It's not just clinking a champagne glass, it's them joking around, the little in-between, the candid moments that you're not going to really get to see and don't really remember because there's such hustle and bustle through the day.
Absolutely.
So getting to relive the little moments and the big moments is huge and a luxury that we didn't know we needed.
Now, I noticed on your left hand you're wearing a band.
Yes.
Okay, does that mean you've already had a party of your own?
Yes, I did this past October.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And did somebody help you have that experience also?
Yes, so being in the industry for 15 years,
Right.
everyone that I've touched wanted to help me. And
Lovely.
they made my day, and me and my wife's day, I should say, incredible.
Yeah.
I had a Stonebridge Country Club. It was a big rave, basically. It was amazing, though, and I had my employees shoot the content for me.
Wonderful.
I had a videographer and photographers as well, and being able to experience the content for myself now, it really hit home of like, this is what the people get to really experience. And it's such an emotional way because when it's the way the footage is given to you, the raw, you're able to live it as like a guest POV. So you're like watching your wedding through someone else's eyes. And
Wow.
me and my wife, I cried the whole day at my wedding. I cry every time I see the footage. It's, yeah, I'm
It's like,
emotional.
let's go back to that day, right?
Every time. And we're like, can we do it again?
It's a legacy memento that you're creating, which is so nice. They didn't have that back in the day. Even now when people have children, you can actually see your child through like technology that we didn't have when I was pregnant with kids. We didn't even know if it was going to be a girl or a boy until we but now it's so nice that you're getting to actually experience that day. I think every month you're married. You've been married how long now?
4 months.
4 months. So each month, right, on that day, you just be like, okay, let's
We watch
grab it out and you watch it.
Yep, and it's a new
So
video
sweet.
or some company.
No,
It's just-
new romance. Good for you.
Exactly.
But I agree with you. Sometimes to experience something yourself becomes, you become empathetic, but in a joyful way of saying that, as opposed to just like, oh, I have empathy for you. I also broke my toe. But do you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
You get to really experience it firsthand. What has been one of the nicest testimonials that somebody's called you to say?
There's so many words.
Okay.
I think I just got to pick a few where people are thankful that I'm able to let them relive their day right away.
Okay.
And being able to capture the little moments that they didn't really see. Little things between like a bride and her dad where it got the little thing of, do I have to give you away during the first look? And it was
Sweet.
just the cutest little moment, and that's like one of her favorite things. It's these little in-between moments too, like coming down the aisle where the bride had two uncles walk her down, and they met halfway, and I was able to capture it from behind them going down for the church, and then the other shooter was able to get them coming in the front. So that whole memory is now captured right then and
Seamlessly.
there, seamlessly.
Yeah.
It's people are just so appreciative that I'm able to be there, and then also it's not just sitting in the corner watching. I'm actually involved, and they love in the energy, and bring them where they feel relieved. They're like, okay, I can relax, I can have fun. Rick said it's okay. a whole way of bringing energy to the wedding too, besides just going and watching through a camera.
And some of those funny moments too are going viral. Like on social media, I saw the coolest thing this morning. I woke up and it was a wedding in Ireland where they had almost like, you know, when people stand up and they like do like a dance thing and they all just start dancing.
Yep.
They did it, and they were singing Stand By Me, you know,
Yeah,
and it
little
just
Benny
started
too.
like one person, then the flower girl joined in, and then that whole group went to the front of the altar and finished the song. Boy, the bride and groom surprised. They were like in tears. I'm such a hopeless romantic. I love all of that. So I'd be watching your videos that
Yeah.
you film and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like Rick, send me more goodness.
That's always
So,
what happens. Can you send
yeah.
me more? I'm like,
Yeah,
of course.
send me more. I appreciate you joining us. What's one, I guess, tip you would like to give to a wedding couple, a bridal couple?
You can never invest too much in your memories.
Okay.
Never have regrets. If you want to do that, find a way to do it. Whether it's a cheaper way, make sure you never go, oh, I should have had video. I should have had more photos. Invest in your memories. That's all I can say.
That and the dessert, because people will always remember if you had
Always
good dessert.
Dessert and good food.
Good food.
Good food, music, and dessert.
There you
That's
go. Thank you so much. Happy journeys to you. It was
Thank
really
you.
nice to visit with you. Stay tuned for more. We hope that you're having fun. And, you know, the season is upon us. You know, weddings are happening again and people are having a great time. This might be a good addition to how you want to save your memories. Be well. As a girl that loves love, you know, it's all about the dress. You may have known that I've been married 3 times, and each time I loved my dress. I'd get married again. Why? Because I love love. And with us now is Jordan McKenzie, and she knows a lot about love and a lot about dresses. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing really well. Thanks.
Tell us about LaSalle.
So LaSalle is the It Girl Bridal Shop. It's located in Westchester in Yorktown, New York. And we are the premier bridal shop to come to for all the It Girls.
All the it girls. So I have been married more than once,
Yes,
right?
I love
And
that.
But that's okay, because sometimes you do see brides, right? Different ages, different price
Absolutely.
points, right?
Absolutely.
What is it about your shop that makes it so welcoming for people?
I honestly pride myself on welcoming everyone. I think that I hear these stories of people that have bad experiences at bridal shops, and it like truly breaks my heart. And I want everyone to know that, like, you can be an It Girl, you can come in, feel beautiful, no matter what, whatever your circumstances, and we help cater to everyone.
Hopefully, though, not too many bridezillas are coming your way.
Yeah.
But even the difficult ones, you won't mind helping?
No,
Okay,
and
this would be nice.
I don't know if it's just us, but we've been so lucky. I've never had a bridezilla.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
What is the first step? Do you suggest that people go to like look in magazines first to kind of have an idea of what they want? Or do some people just come in right off the street and be like, I have no idea?
There's a couple options. So,
Okay.
I mean, everyone, you know, we're in the age of social media. You kind of can't get away from seeing dresses. You get engaged and it's like, I feel like people just zero in, I want to look for my dress. And so that's great, get some inspo. But knowing that having an open mind, so coming into the shop, you can look on Instagram or Pinterest all you want, but until you try those dresses on, you won't know what's gonna look best on you. So I feel like having that open mind is the best way to, you know, shop and just come in. And we offer an appointment that's called Find Your Vibe. And that is basically like,
Jordan, I love that. Find your vibe.
thank you. And then we
Okay.
just help you. We put on all the different silhouettes, all the different styles, and say like, okay, this is where we're at. And then you can kind of like categorize and say, I want to stick with this type of dress.
What's the most unique, I guess, dress you've ever, you know, put on someone? Something that you were just like, didn't even feel like a wedding dress, but it looked so good on them? Are there like some solutions for the person that's like, I want to look like a bride, but I don't want to look like a bride?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, we have some like very chic girls that are like, I don't want to train. I just want this like very simple, you know, New York restaurant style dress. We've done that. We've had like wings have been a new thing right now.
Really?
Capes, absolutely.
Wings
so
and
it's like
capes.
the touches. We even had a pink dress. We've had gorgeous floral printed dresses. So, you know, anything from
Lovely.
classic to very different.
And I see a ring. So what
you.
did you wear?
I wore an Amsala dress. I was the not typical bride. I found
Okay.
this dress online, and I was like, that's the one I want. And I called up the designer. I went and bought that dress.
There you go.
So very
So it's
simple
about
crepe.
finding your vibe.
It's about finding your vibe. It's about feeling your best.
Okay.
And that's it.
And price points go from like around 1,500 and up?
Yep, 1,500 to about 7,000.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What is the fitting schedule like? Like how far in advance should a bride plan to have the wedding of her dreams or the wedding dress of her dreams?
You know what, we specialize in short term because that sometimes just happens that post-COVID, everybody's scrambling to get a venue. But ideally, you want 9 to 12 months to get your dress. You have to order the dress, it has to come in. Sometimes, you know, we have designers that have factories in Poland and Australia. So once that comes in, it takes anywhere from 4 to 8 months, and then you need a few months for alterations. So you want to pad that time.
Have you ever had like a holy moly moment? Meaning like the dress came in, it was the wrong dress. Okay, great.
Not from my shop. I've actually saved some girls from other shops, but yes.
That's what I asked you. So the horror stories sometimes come to you, and you're like, don't worry, I've got you.
More than I wish to admit, because I feel so badly for these girls, but I have thankfully been able to just fix it, and off we go. So that's really rewarding for us too.
Jordan, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
What is a takeaway, like something that people need to know to bring with them? Like maybe some safety pins, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you need to have in that bridal it bag as you're walking out at the door, just in case?
Yeah, when you're coming to LaSalle, we got you covered. You don't have to bring anything. Just bring yourself and your open mind, and that's it. Honestly, we have everything covered for you.
Sounds like fun. I'm not getting married again. I don't think I should.
Hey, well,
I'll give you a call. But I thank you for celebrating love, because weddings are important to me. You know, I love going to them.
Me too.
You know, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Right?
It was great. I mean, this all came from being in the pandemic and being doom and gloom. And I said, like, I have to start this business. I want to be around love and happiness and wonderful things. So.
Yeah. And a dress that makes all heads turn.
Yes.
Right? Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, there you have it. If you're in love, if you want to get married, if you know somebody that's getting married, go see Jordan, because it's all about the dress. Ronald McDonald House Charities, one of my favorite groups. Stay tuned. Joining us now is Matt Campo, and he is the CEO of Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Metro New York area, I believe. Is that right?
That's right.
Metro
yes,
New York?
Thank you.
Yeah, so congratulations to you. You've been there for quite a while now, around 2009.
Yes, it's been over 16 years.
I've watched so many wonderful things happen throughout the years. All of the great efforts that have gone into place, like the different, the interior design things that have happened, all the rooms have been decorated so beautifully. You've helped so many families. Matt, what do you personally love best about what you do?
Gosh, it has to be not only the mission, but the people that I get to work with at RMHC New York Metro. It's been 16 years that I have been fortunate enough, and I've had the honor of leading the organization. But it has to be the mission and the people. And
what is that? What does Ronald McDonald Charities hope to set out to do?
Yeah, so we have one main goal, one main mission at heart. It is to take care of families in the midst of pediatric medical crisis, so families can focus on what's most important, which is the health and well-being of their child. So all of our programs, whether it's a place to stay and rest their head, or other programs that we might do for our families, we really just want to take care of all their non-clinical needs while they're in the hospital.
And so while your child's in the hospital, sometimes you're able to stay, right, at the home, and you're able to, bring your laptop, and, it's almost like it's your home away from home. It's like a comforting place that allows you not to have to travel or jump on a plane sometimes while your child's in treatment. You could be right there.
You hit the nail on the head, Donna. That's exactly right. We want to keep families together during a pediatric medical crisis. And I think the other important part is that there's really a magic in our programs, and that is that we're bringing all of these families together to live in one communal living environment, so they get to lean on each other for support, which is so important.
And there's certain events that you do there, like craft nights and things, and like family meals together, and it's beautiful.
It's great to be able to distract our families with all kinds of programs, whether it's pet therapy, whether it's having music at night, or dancers come in to perform. We just want to make families feel as though they're at home.
It's got a very welcoming place from the moment you step through the threshold.
Thank you.
I know that there are plans in place. We're here on Long Island. We know that Ronald McDonald Charities are coast to coast, right? But in particular, what's happening right now a little further east from here?
So we are very excited to be expanding. We have our 42-bedroom facility in New Hyde Park, and we have 2 what we call family rooms at Stony Brook Children's Hospital. But our vision, our main goal right now is to raise enough funds to build a 30-bedroom house at Stony Brook Children's Hospital. We're very excited. We're about $5 million away from reaching that goal.
Oh, you're closer then.
So we're really close.
Wow.
And we're breaking ground this year, which is so exciting. So we're just working really hard to bring a house to Suffolk County.
Now, I, being a resident on the Nassau-Suffolk border, through the years have known how important that is, right? Because these life-saving facilities, if you will, right, that you're kind of associated with, it's so important to have access to that good health care, right? And so I'm happy that you're working to put a place out in Suffolk, so because they need one. They don't have.
Oh, the need is
great.
great.
The need is great.
The need is great.
Right?
We're serving double the amount of families in our family rooms than we're serving in our house in New Hyde Park. So
Okay.
it just goes to show how much Suffolk County really needs at their own freestanding Ronald McDonald house.
A few of my friends are chairing a golf outing.
We're super excited
I'm
about
excited
that.
about that. So Laura Mastriano and Paul Trouse.
Yes.
And who's your honoree for that golf outing?
Our honoree is Mario Molino this year. He is a financial advisor with Pinnacle, where he's been involved with the organization for many years, served on the advisory council. So we're just so excited to bring him and his network of folks to the golf outing to really raise funds for the critical needs of the organization.
And it's happening in May, correct?
May 19th, it's at the
Okay.
Hamlet Golf and Country Club in Comac.
Now, if somebody doesn't golf, are they still able to like make a donation, donate a
You can make a
raffle
donation
basket,
to the-
get a dinner
You
ticket?
can make a donation to the event through some of the things you're mentioning. You can also come to dinner. Dinner
Okay.
is a really exciting part of the day. It's at the end of the day when all the golfers come in after their golf round. And it's just a great time to be together and to enjoy dinner. So
Well, I wore this because the Masters was just yesterday, and I knew we were taping. We were talking about golf. Do you golf at all?
I
Matt?
do.
Okay.
I love to golf.
Really?
I'm not great at it, but
Okay.
but it's always a lot of fun
Okay.
to be a part of the day.
And is it possible for single golfers, or do you have to bring a foursome?
Nope, you can do single golfers, you can do foursomes. We normally sell out, so I would encourage everyone to get their paperwork in and their commitment in soon.
Now, being in the position that you've been at for such a long time, are there other things that are happening throughout the United States? Other, I guess, charity or fundraiser ideas that you've witnessed that make you feel happy for what's happening
Well,
as growth
we do
overall?
our golf outings, we do our galas, we do
Okay.
a walkathon in May. So there's really so many ways for the community to come out and represent the organization and serve the organization in so many different ways.
And off the top of your head, do you know how many Ronald McDonald charity homes there are?
It's 382 globally in
Wow,
54 countries
globally
and
now.
regions. Yes, about 174 of them are in the United States. So there's about 174 other chapters just like us, all next to pediatric hospitals, the top pediatric hospitals in the country.
So lots of opportunities for people to step up and make a difference.
That's right, that's right.
I love that. Thank you, Matt Campo, for
Thank you
joining
so
me
much for
once
having me. It was
again.
such a pleasure.
No,
It
I've
really
got to
was.
see my friends witness the life-sustaining help that you give families. I've seen it firsthand. It's wonderful what you do. It really, truly makes a difference. I think that your heart is wonderful and generous and kind.
thank you.
You're in the right position. They're lucky to have you as the CEO.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing this. And I'll try to see you out on the golf course. I don't golf yet. I could sell mulligans. I could drive a cart, or I could offer a beverage to somebody.
You're
but
welcome to just come and
eventually,
be there and just enjoy the day.
Thank
So
you.
we're looking forward to it.
It was nice to have you here. And if you can make a difference in your community, please check out Ronald McDonald Charities and find your local chapter. You can share your time, your talent, or your treasure, or you can come golf with us in May. Be well. When it comes to real estate matters and estate planning, you want to make sure you have the best lawyer. Joining us now is Junjuan Song, and we're going to be talking about Song Law Group. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, Donna. I'm very well. Thanks so much for having me today.
It was lovely when you walked through the threshold of the studio. You have such a vibrant personality, so lovely, so glowing. And I was like, wow. I was like, welcome to here, right? One of the things that I like about you, and the reason that we wanted to have you on and showcase you, is because you have stellar reviews. You have like all of these 5-star reviews. You've done wonderful work. You've helped so many people, June. And it was just lovely to spend this time with you. So thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure too.
What started your law journey? Like, what made you decide to go into this practice?
Yeah, so I started real estate practice basically a couple months after I graduated from law school and get my bar. I just particularly find real estate to be such a unique and special practice area because it always brings a happy ending at the closing. You know, unlike many other practice areas where attorneys, you know, obviously a lot of times they have to fight and be controversial, confrontational. And if I can be a little happier, why not? And also, real estate really touches everybody's life. You know, if I have the chance to help everyone during a time, you know, of their biggest decisions, their biggest purchases, that just brings me the joy and happiness, and it just fulfills my life. So I love it.
Do you ever get a chance to see photos of the real estate? You know, are you a visual person?
Yes.
You know, like when you're, okay, so do they show you pictures of the home that they're purchasing, or how does that work, the transaction?
All the time, you know, I
Okay.
have to be familiar with the MLS listing system and the
Okay.
information. And that's actually one of the reasons why my clients like me, because I not only understand the legal terms, but I focus on understanding the business as well, where the clients come from, why they need this house or why they sell. So I have a deeper understanding of the transaction.
In fact, I believe somebody said that one time there was an auditor that came in to audit your overall practice, but they said that the way that you handled each of the cases and the case management through what it is that you're doing was so impressive, they thought you should sell the technique that you use.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes,
I heard
it
that. I
is.
thought it was really great.
Yes, it is. Thanks for asking about
Right.
it. We're really proud of it because New Jersey State Bar and the Supreme Court had this random audit every year for about 700 firms that they have to go on, select someone like lottery.
Right.
And we were selected last
Okay.
year. At first, we were really nervous about it.
I can
it was
imagine.
like nerve-wracking. But when an auditor came in and looked at our, you know, like bookkeeping, because it's very rigorous that you have to follow certain rules in New Jersey, very strict, and also our case management system. He was looking at it, he praised us and said, why don't you sell this to some other firms, because it's so efficient, it looks very safe and smart, intuitive. So I was really inspired by that, and I think it's a great flatter on me and my partner.
It is. It's the way
Yeah.
that you like built your business. Now, your partner also specializes in estate planning, right? So
Yeah.
you're doing high-end real estate law, right,
Yeah.
as well as estate planning.
Yes, correct.
I
And
guess
she
those
is the
two
one
can go in partnership.
in partnership, and it's like all related. You know, it's always about asset management, you know, for different aspects. And she is actually the one that's talented, my partner, talented attorney, Olivia. She's the one that created our legal management system.
Lovely. So
Yeah.
Olivia and June,
Yes.
you guys have been working together for a while now, or?
For 6 years already.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's fantastic. What's one, I guess, mistake that you try to help your clients avoid? Like, what's a common thing that you see time and time again when it's coming to like real estate, where they're coming to you and they're like, oops, what do we do? Right?
Yeah.
What's one pain point?
Well, can I share two?
I would love that. Absolutely.
Okay. So first of all, I think it's the speed.
Okay.
Because transactions in this area where we're practicing New Jersey, New York, it's really fast speed and it's high demanding. So you gotta keep on with the track, with the team. Nobody's gonna wait for you. Losing
Okay.
the time is losing money. So having everything efficient and seamless is super important. And the other thing is, I would say involvement, that a client needs to understand what they're doing. And I can share more details with you if you're interested.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So with our system, you know, actually when we first got started, believe it or not, it's like 6, 7 years ago, there are many firms, especially the smaller ones, they still rely on these traditional paper documents.
Okay.
And for even the simplest real estate transactions, you probably need hundreds of pages to complete a file. And imagine that you have maybe, you know, 80, 100 cases at the same time, and one of the lender or the realtor or the client needs one single piece of document information or just a simple number. You have to go through maybe hundreds of thousands of papers to find that piece of information. How frustrating can it be?
Very.
Because they're not going to wait for you. They want it right now. Give it to me, right? So our system, obviously under the highest standard of security, which comes first, but then we really focus on increase our efficiency. And there have been a couple of major upgrades for the last couple of years where, you know, I just tell Olivia, like, this thing has to be updated. This is a trend now. I want this feature. Let's do it. She'll realize that feature in our system within a couple of days for me. So
My
it just
goodness.
is so intuitive.
Okay.
And all of our paralegals and staff or other attorneys, we focus on having a seamless training with everyone when they join. So our team kind of like think with one same brain. Whoever is handling the things, everybody else will know the most recent status by looking at the system.
So it's efficient, it's secure,
secure.
it's helping people, which is also helping people get to closing sooner.
Exactly.
Makes a big difference.
Yes.
Right?
Because
right.
if you're waiting for it and your attorney just never respond to you, you're going to be feeling desperate because we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars. You feel like, you're fearing that somebody is not taking care of you, people don't care. It's kind of scary.
And also, if you're planning to get into that new location, that new house, but yet something's delayed, you've got hotel expenses, you've got moving expenses. I mean, it's like a domino effect.
Yes.
Everything is backed up on that one day of like signing the paper and here's the key.
Yes, that's very true. Yes.
I appreciate everything that you're doing to help so many people. You're actually also an interpreter, right? I guess because was Chinese your first language?
Yes,
when
it
you were
is.
little? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're working with New York State also with the court systems and things sometimes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I am a certified court interpreter. There are here and there, they call me. I used to do the work for translation, but now I get more and more busy with my own practice. We kind of get that slowed down, and sometimes you just
You
wanna
help
be
when you can.
Right.
You help when you
right.
can.
But that's definitely like an advantage for me to explain to clients if there is a bilingual request.
Thank you so much. You're a wonderful person. You're so giving in what you do and so knowledgeable. So I thank you for spending some time with us because real estate law is really important. It's like the biggest, expense or
Yes, it
purchase
is.
that somebody's going through.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
You're welcome. Stay tuned for more. We've been visiting with June Song of Song Law Group. And if you need help with estate planning or you're doing a high-end real estate transaction, please reach out to her. Today is a good day to imagine and reimagine. Joining us once again are Mimi and Jackie, and they brought a special guest with them. Who did you guys bring with you today?
We have brought Jenna Amato, who is the VP of Marketing over at FourLeaf.
Wonderful. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. So the three of you, together with other wonderful sponsors, are putting together once again the Reimagine Conference. So Mimi, what is that?
So it is a platform to elevate women and what we call visionary women and give them the space so that they can connect and have visibility and learn wonderful, fantastic things about what they need to do for their career and elevate themselves.
Now, you've been elevating careers for a long time with your partner, Jackie. Jackie, what is your company? What do you do together as a team?
So our company is called MGXW Consulting. We also call ourselves Exceptional Workplaces. And our goal really is to create more calm in corporate chaos. So we do training and development and really prepare companies and individuals for the future of business because it's changing so rapidly. And we can't do what we did yesterday and be successful tomorrow. So that's really our focus, is getting teams and companies ready.
And speaking of getting ready, Jenna, your credit union had one name, right? And now you're going through a whole rebrand and a whole growth situation. One of the strategies that you've recently developed was Money Like a Woman, a very, very successful campaign. Tell us at FourLeaf, what makes FourLeaf unique?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's many things that make us unique, but one is the ability to take this risk of supporting something like a Money Like a Woman campaign.
Okay.
So with our new CEO, Linda Armand, she is bold. She would be my definition of a visionary.
She is.
And she's doing fantastic things, not only for FourLeaf, but for our teammates, for our membership, and of course the communities that we serve as well.
So part of your sponsorship, right, is being able to take some dollars, some marketing dollars, and put them in place where other businesses can then grow and develop during that day, correct? That's the reason you said yes to them?
I mean, among many,
Okay.
right? They're fantastic partners.
Yes.
Their energy is amazing. But also, yes, we, of course, are supporting women and leadership all over. We want to empower and encourage. And the Visionary Awards is a perfect way to really acknowledge all of the women leaders out there who are doing wonderful things.
Now, I saw that they had a lot of entries. What changed between last year at the Reimagine Conference and this year? What are the Visionary Awards?
So we decided to do the Visionary Awards when Linda and team came to us and they said, this is our vision.
Okay.
And they said, we want to create an award that actually matters, that
Yes.
actually means something. And what that means is there's a nomination process. There's a process to actually weed everyone down. The winners get $10,000 in prizes each versus having
My
to pay
goodness.
to be part
My
of something.
Goodness, that's extraordinary.
Yeah, so they're going to get $10,000 worth of coaching services for each of the winners. So the goal is not only for someone to be named and recognized as a visionary in that category, but get the support that they need to continue to be a visionary and continue their growth. And it's really exciting. We're proud to be partnering with the whole team over at FourLeaf.
And it's an honor also to really support these visionary women that are doing such extraordinary things.
This is a brand new, fresh year. You have a new venue. I'm also excited to be a media sponsor. I had such a good time, but I am so excited and jazzed about what's happening this year. People fly in from all over the world to come, right? So what day is it and where are we having this?
It's June 10th at the North Hills Country Club in Manhasset, which is on Long Island, New York.
And how long is the day and what are we going to be
Sure,
experiencing?
it's a full day of content from about 9 to 4. And really this year we're focused on the future of business. So one of our panels is a grouping of different individuals to talk about what the future of business looks like. So we have an architect to talk about the future workplace and space. We have the Dean of Business from Adelphi coming in to talk about the workforce and that future, and a creative agency head to talk about how creativity plays. So we're really preparing the attendees to say, what do I need to do in order to be able to lean into the future and be successful? And the most fun, I think, is we have a neuroscientist coming to talk about the myths behind remote work, because all the things we think about remote work are not true. So stay tuned.
We're going to be breaking myths. We're going to be
Yes.
growing. We're going to be talking about the future. I'm sure that FourLeaf will have a table there. So, somebody will be there to talk about the financial offerings that you have there, which I had mentioned to you in the green room that I'm actually have been a longtime client, right? I'm a member.
You're a
As a
member.
credit union, I am a member. I thank you all for joining us. It's exciting. Congratulations on working together. It's all about team, right?
Yes, it is.
And I'm excited to be on your team as well. So thank you for joining us. So the Reimagine Conference, right? And it happens annually. So if they can't attend this year, they can attend next year, right? Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we hope to see you there. Be well.
Start the new year strong with Boom Chaga. Our liquid concentrate turns any drink into your daily super drink, boosting energy, focus, and health. Make 2025 your healthiest year yet.
This is Donna Drake. Happy journeys!
Take my hand, come with me, and we'll find better ways to be something much more. Live it up, live it up, live it up now.
Thanks for watching Live It Up. You can visit us at liveituptvshow.com.